What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Trent here. Today is Wednesday, June 25th, which means today is New Comic Book Day. In this video, I'm going to be going over everything that I picked up from my local comic book shop, what I'm reading, what I'm excited about. But before I get into that, I want to highlight my favorite book from last week, The Ultimates, issue 13. The Ultimates, issue 13. Ultimates 3.0. I really enjoyed this issue way more than I initially thought I was going to. Going into this one, um, the Ultimates team was trying to reconvene and figure out how they were going to approach their team dynamic. So I thought it was going to be more team effort, more consensus from all the members about what the plan would be. What they ended up doing in this issue, I really enjoyed. Basically, slight spoilers, they incorporate the whole world into the Ultimates team. They educate people, they give people more resources, access to more resources, education, and it creates this really remarkable dynamic where the people of the world, as they become more and more informed and they learn more and more about the injustice and inequalities of the world, they become more radicalized against those in power. I thought it was a very powerful message, a very poignant message, especially for today's social climate. So, yeah, the highlight of last week was The Ultimates, issue 13. Now, this brings us to all the new issues that came out today. First up from the top of my pull list was Absolute Wonder Woman #9, written by Kelly Thompson and art by Hayden Sherman. I've really been enjoying the Absolute Wonder Woman series. This is the second issue in this new 5-part story arc that they're doing about Diana going through the maze in this issue. I've already read this one actually. In this issue, she's trying to find another Amazon. Is she successful? Who does she run into? This issue features the Minotaur. I thought this issue was really well done, and I'm very excited to see where the rest of this story goes. From DC Comics, we have Absolute Martian Manhunter issue 4, written by Denise Camp and art by Javier Rodriguez. It's already boarded up because I also already read this book earlier. I could not wait. This was fantastic. Every issue that comes out from the series is better than the last. Very creative use of colors. The art is fantastic. It took me a little bit to get used to it after the first issue, but it's so creative, so unique. There's no other book like this right now on the shelves. The way these characters interact with each other, everything feels so real. I love the dynamics that are developing between all the main characters and between John and his like alien counterpart. But yeah, I've been absolutely loving the series. Absolute Martian Manhunter #4. From Marvel Comics, we have Predator versus Spider-Man #3 by Benjamin Percy and art by Marcelo Ferreira. I've been enjoying this series so far. Issue 2 ended on a little bit of cliffhanger, introducing more Predators. I can't wait to see Peter Parker, Spider-Man, finally go up against the Predator and see how Kraven factors into all this. Yeah, very, very simple story, but the art is really well done, very violent, and a very enjoyable time for me personally. Next up from Marvel Comics, we have Spider-Man and Wolverine issue 2, Fight to the Death. This one's got Spider-Man versus Wolverine. This is written by Mark Guggenheim and art by Care Andrews. The art is really well done, very dynamic. I love the way they draw Spider-Man and all this with all his crazy acrobatic poses. It's not the most complex story. It's a very simple story, but for me, it's very entertaining, very action-packed. Sometimes I just like that in my comic books. Next up, we have Star Wars Legacy of Vader, issue 5 by Charles Soule and art by Stefano Raphael. I think this series is okay. It hasn't really truly caught me yet. I'm just a big Star Wars fan, and I enjoyed the Kylo Ren character for the most part. So I picked this up because, I want to see more to Kylo Ren. I felt like I didn't get to spend enough time with him, and the stuff that he gets up to in these issues has been interesting so far. This current story arc they're on with him coming back to Naboo um, seems like it could be very interesting. So I'm very excited to see what they have in store for us here. All right, next up from Marvel Comics, we have The Thing, issue 2, written by Tony Fleeks and art by Justin Mason. The first issue I enjoyed for the most part. It was mostly a setup issue. I'm excited to see where this series goes. Very excited for the Fantastic Four first steps. I've had my tickets pre-ordered for IMAX for weeks, so let me know if you guys are going to be seeing that movie. So we got The Thing, issue 2. Next up, we got Vision and Scarlet Witch, issue 2, written by Steve Orlando and art by Lorenzo Tameta. Um, I like this series. The first issue, it was cool. Like, I'm not very familiar with like the Vision history. Like, I all I know is that like the origin of his character is pretty crazy. The big cliffhanger at the end of the first issue has me wanting to read what's going on here. I've heard this issue is actually pretty good too. And then last, but certainly not least on this pull list, we got Ultimate Spider-Man issue 18, written by Jonathan Hickman and art by Marco Cicchetto. You know, I'm so excited every time this series is on the shelves again. I'm excited to see where this story continues to develop because every issue that comes out fleshes out this world more and more. That brings me to the end of my video. That's everything I picked up from my local comic book store this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you like this video, comment down below. Let me know if you guys have seen the new Fantastic Four movie. Personally, I'm super excited about it. That new trailer came out today. Looks awesome. Subscribe for more comic book content, movie, and TV show reviews. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week for more comic book content. Have a day. See you in the next one. Bye.